And good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Electronic Revolution TV. My name is Dustin Dirty Time Array, and once again, I will be leading you guys through another professional Counter-Strike Source matchup, as we have been doing every week now on Mondays and Thursdays. New thing for us as I've moved over here. Tonight's matchup will be between number 2 Dynamic versus number 3 Just for Fame. You guys might recognize them as Vicious Gaming. They recently got picked up by the Just for Fame organization, so they're going to be repping that out tonight. Tonight's matchup will be on DE Season, so the map that we casted Monday night, we're going to be doing that once again. And for those of you who were here Monday, you guys know that Dynamic took it to the house against the Sour Patch Kids on this map 16-3. So they're going to be looking to do work again tonight. Just for Fame also on Monday night on this very map against VVV 16-7. So both teams tonight looking to continue their victory on this map for this week of CEVO. And these teams have actually also played each other once. They played each other the very first match of the season on Ruska, and Dynamic was the winner of that 16-8. So a little bit of a retribution match here for Just for Fame, as they're going to look to try to take down this powerhouse team in Dynamic, who's really looking to take the #1 spot of CEVO-P if they can win this match. And then Just for Fame, if they can win that, that'd be a huge upset to most people's eyes, and also keep them in the top 3 spot of CEVO-P this. But before I continue any longer, there's 2 more people that are going to be with me tonight. First of all, it's going to be Mr. Bobcat, who's with me every night doing the camera work. And then my co-caster for tonight, for the first time with me, is going to be Mr. Money B. So I'll pass over to Money B real fast so he can introduce himself.
Thanks for the introduction. My name is, as he said, Money B. I've done one other Counter-Strike Source scrim, Combo Breakers, and I did 2 other Call of Duty scrims. You might remember me from 20 ID scrims. Really excited for this match. 2 great teams, going to be really close. I'm expecting big things out of both teams right now. Hopefully, Just for Fame can hold off a little bit better than Sour Patch Kids, at least CT-wise, but overall, I think Dynamic is going to be showing us some cool stuff on T-side that maybe they didn't get to show us over when they were playing Sour Patch Kids, excuse me. So hopefully this will be some fun match. Hopefully there'll be a lot of frags going on. Hopefully it won't be a little blowout like the other one was, but as you said before, hopefully Just for Fame can hold off CT, and T-side, I'm expecting big things. So back to you.
Yeah, it would be nice to see a little bit of a closer matchup, like we were talking about. Dynamic's last match on season, they really just steamrolled, SPK. Really, SPK didn't have room to do anything at all against Dynamic. They pretty much ran it. There was like 12-3 from T-side from Dynamic on the first half, and then the second half they just finished it off after the pistol rounds and 1 gun round to seal that up. So it would be nice to see a little bit closer match. Like I said, these 2 teams have played each other before with the score 16-8 on Ruska, which isn't too bad of a score for that map. It's pretty close, so I'm hoping that continues over to this. So we'll see. I'm really hoping for a closer match, a better match. I think it will be for sure, as Just for Fame is going to be a better team. They do have some great players on that roster, so it should be good. We'll see what happens. But first of all, before we get started with the match, just remember we do have the IRC channel. It's #e-rev. If you guys want to hop in on that and get your shout-outs, get your predictions, get whatever on the air you want to say, get them at midway and full at the end of the match. So definitely just send those over. And also, like I said, we have the Steam and Facebook groups you can join to search Electronic Revolution. That's kind of another way to communicate with the community. As I did actually have one prediction come. And after I read that, I'll allow me and Money B to kind of throw our 2 cents. But Zoto from IRC actually predicted that Dynamic's going to win 16-9. I don't think that's a bad call. I'm going to pick Dynamic to win 16-10. Money B, what do you think?
I think it's going to be a little closer. I think Dynamic might be a little sleepy in the early rounds. I'm expecting Just for Fame to hop on these pistol rounds, maybe get a couple more rounds. So I'm going to give, but Dynamic I think is going to pull it out 16-11 in favor of Dynamic.
All right, we'll see about that as we have all 5 Ts right now actually working their way B great with the bomb. That's Legend going to be the first person to respawn. Adren right there on top of it as well. Nukem grabbing the first frag from the T side. So they will be trying to work into this B bomb site. They do have this site though. One CT is going to be playing upper CT. Elmer's going to come in over here and plant the bomb. 5 double stacks as he's trying to see if he can get it down. But this CT from upper T side of the CT is going to grab. That's going to be Adren. Peck's also got one as well. Nukem all by his lonesome. Going to get taken down by Adren. So Adren with some big plays here with 3 frags. We had Legend with 1 to open it off. And really, Legend was kind of the story last match for Dynamic from both sides. Has excellent defense from the lower B position. Adren with his own right, and very notable player as well. Everybody on this team is really good. So, you know, taking that first pistol round, I think does hurt just for Fame a little bit. They really needed those pistol rounds, I think, to kind of get the momentum sway in their way. I don't know what you think, Money.
Yep, I guess Dynamic kind of made me eat my own words there getting that pistol round. The thing I want to note is that Adren did a great job when Legend got down and spotted it for his team. Adren didn't push out, didn't get fragged. He stayed patient. He managed to stop the bomb plant, which is huge because now the T's are not probably not going to be able to be able to buy third round those AK-47s, excuse me. So that was a great job by Adren, and I guess good congratulations to Dynamic for making me eat my own words. That's always a good thing to do.
Indeed it is. We have Nukem here, last player remaining. As pretty much Dynamic just kind of cleaned up that round. They did buy MP5s and rush a good bit from all directions and just kind of taking out the T's. And like you said, I predict the pistol round pattern is going to hold here. Like you said, no bomb has been planted yet, so they were not able to get early money to buy this round. So I do see some Deegs though. So it's a little bit of a Deeg save. We'll see how this split works out here. Looks like the majority of the players are heading towards these T-stairs with their pistols, including the bombs. So it looks like we might see like a 5-man rush across the middle here after the bombs go off, as we did have 1 flash to hold off that 5-man rush from T-stairs. But it's coming soon. So we actually had 2 players who pressed cat. They're nading T-stairs. They naded 1 down to very low health, as the T's are actually coming across this mid here. Lots of nades and stuff coming up from Cat. Tex is going to be rushing out right now with the MP5. Sees one to his left, sprays him, gets him down. Misses the terror server by Squeaky Door, though, who had this deagle out. He misses all his shots, though. Does not get the frag. That's Thaz by himself here. He's getting flashed out of his mind right now over by Squeaky Door. He made himself into the hallway. 1 CT's rushed him. That's AZK. And he's going to grab that frag with the USP. So pistol round holds, not too surprising. But here's where the guns come in, and hopefully something more interesting comes in. So do you think now that we have guns from Just for Fame, are we going to see them grab some rounds here, or do you think Dynamic's defense is going to hold true? That's really the question.
Yeah, definitely the question. I think that Just for Fame, you know, start off with a couple frags, maybe get an early pick mid, but I think AZK will do a great job holding it. CTs did a great job last round of nading mid right when the T's were there, so that was a great job anticipating that. I'm expecting more of a gunfight from Just for Fame than SPK did on their gun round, so I expect some early fights coming on, but it looks like they're doing passive, so maybe not.
Yeah, it's definitely 2-2-1 split, 2 underground, 2 by T-stairs, 1 over by the B area. The B layer is actually rotating over by the T-stairs, so we're actually going to see probably a 3-2 hit from A here very shortly with the bomb and Thaz over in the underground area. The other 3 remaining players are going to be crossing over to Catwalk. We actually had 2 CTs in middle right now, holding them off, both with rifles actually. It's quite surprising. We actually have 1 by the vent area and 1 still kind of sitting in grass by Jen. So we do see the flashes coming out from the T-stairs area, and they have flashed a person over by vents and can't take him out though, because Adren with the op is able to rescue his teammate there who was in vents. Anger coming out loud right now at the M4 as well, so 2 frags for him. Elmer does grab 1 with the op though. That's Anger down. As we're going to see Pex kind of push here over by the T-stairs. Bomb actually is starting to make his way into the site. He's actually in a horseshoe right now. We have 1 player in sight, 1 player elbow holding that down. So far the defense of Dynamic is holding true to its word at this point, as we have made their way into the site. ATK with the out from the site takes down Thaz. That's going to be bomb down here, so range 2 players are going to have to do something. Nukem grabs 1, can't grab the other. No scope from Elmer, and the horseshoe grabs 1. It can't grab AZK, though. That was a nice shot by Elmer, though. I'm going to give him some credit for that one. Some nice shots from Elmer that round, but just not quite enough to handle Dynamic. And I really just don't know what can handle Dynamic. I mean, this team has been together, with the exception of Anger, for probably about a little over, maybe close to 2 years. I know Adren was a little bit of a new addition a couple of years ago, back when they first transferred from X3O to Dynamics organization. And so Anger's kind of a pickup for this season, from what I can gather, is I think that their other player was like, wasn't it? One of like, God, who was their old fifth? It wasn't. It was one of the
Steel.
old
I think
complexity.
it was
Yeah,
Steel.
Steel. Yeah, Steel was on there for a little while. There was somebody else though too before him, but it's all good. They do have Anger now, so that he is a solid rifler in his own right. He's definitely gonna help this team out. As we have a Dren and AZK firing off with ops here, grabbing the frags. Anger sealing down J4F as well. In that round, we actually saw J4 just for fame actually have a decent push into B, and just couldn't hold it. The retake by Dynamic was very fast, and they were able to accomplish it. As I actually will go ahead and do a roster rundown now. We're talking about players for Dynamic. As usual, consistent five for them is going to be AZK, Adren, Anger, Legend, and Pex. For Just for Fame, we have Nukem, Ilmer, Thaz, Random, and Blaze. Which is actually that's been their roster all season as well. So two consistent rosters going at it right here. As we go into round number 6, we'll see if the Terrors can work something out here. As we do have Blaze getting lit up pretty hard over here on T-Stairs. He's going down. Adren grabbing some op frags over into the B side, grabs Elmer, looking for a second one. Gonna get it with the grenade here probably. Nope, doesn't get it, but he's about to go for it with his Beagle, and does grab it. So another quick hit from the Terrace on the eco around that time, taking him down pretty easy. So this, so far this looks kind of like deja vu from Monday night. I really hope it doesn't remain that way. But like we said, we're talking about Dynamic. They have such great chemistry. They have plenty of first place finishes between CEVO and ESEA and LAN. So they're definitely a rough team to beat. I just don't know of another team that might be able to handle them besides CyberRev. That's like the only roster I can think of off the top of my head that might be able to. But there's still lots of Counter-Strike to play though, huh, man?
Yeah, definitely a lot more to play, but so far you've seen a great communication by Dynamic. You can see they're peeking with each other, they're talking, they're knowing when to peek and when to stay back. They're doing a great job with that. And they're obviously showing that they've been around for a while, being able to do this and be able to hold off this Just for Fame team down to 6-0. And if I believe correct, yeah, it's not helping Just for Fame either that they're dropping 3 donuts on their team, so that is definitely not helping, getting carried by 2 of their teammates. But Random finally getting on the board, so hopefully this is a sign of things turning with a 3v1 situation, I think. So looks like it might Just for Fame might take this one.
Yeah, it is a 2-on-2 now, actually. His bomb is down. Elmer grabs one from the vents, though, so it's going to be AZK by himself. And speaking of donuts, he has a donut of himself, but on the other end, no deaths. So he's going to be looking to try to hold that right now. He does have bomb down in underground. So one player's going to be coming from Squeaky Door. One player actually going to be coming from the horseshoe area. So AZK is going to get kind of pinched here as he's sitting in this ladder doorway here. One player coming to peek lower right now, actually, with the flash. Pops it off. AZK looking at with an ops. Spots, clears the one in Squeaky Hallway. Misses the shot. Grabs the flick shot, though, on the person rushing him. And grabs Blaze. Looking AZK. He does not want to die. 2 beautiful frags right there. Grabs the flick shot, that guy rushing him from Horseshoe. And then turns right around and bangs the guy coming Squeaky Halls. So just when you think that you have a chance at getting your first round, AZK puts a big stamp of denial right on that form and just moves it along going into the 8th round. Just unbelievable play by AZK there. I don't know what else to describe it as.
Yeah, AZK definitely showing himself as one of the top oppers in the game right now. That awesome clutch, not even hesitant of the guy going down the subway stairs, taking him out with ease. It's almost like he knew what was going to happen, so great job by AZK clutching that.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely stayed calm, cool, and collected the whole time. The triple C's way to be a good player, calm, cool, collected, and that's how AZK remained. He was never in panic mode, even though he was down and had a pinch on him. He just kept his composure and kept it going as we have this round coming to an end as well. As it's a 2-on-4, make that a 1-on-4 right now. Mr. Elmer all by his lonesome with the AK coming up the horseshoe right now. One CT is going to be rushing him. He is going to grab him. That's AZK receiving his first death of the half right now as he's making his way into the bomb site. 2 CTs going to be rotating from Cat very quickly. One with very low health though, and one's actually going to be coming up behind him, horseshoe here in just a second. Not going to make much difference though as a Dren in his own right being a very consistent operator right next to AZK. Probably the 2 top operators in Source that I can think of is they're both on the same roster, and that's a Dren and AZK. I know we definitely have good operators on other teams, but those 2 are definitely some of the more notable ones. That's really a big reason why Dren joined this roster, a couple of years ago, is to add another op alongside AZK to keep them very competitive, and that's exactly what they've been able to do. But e-rev is actually just going to be acquiring Dazed and Frost alongside Steel, so I think that roster has a good chance to maybe be able to beat Dynamic. I mean, they're not unbeatable, but they certainly are acting like it tonight right now with the score of 8-0.
Yeah, Dynamic proving themselves once more, 8-0 right now, versus a good Just for Fame team right under them in the scoreboard is Cevo placement pro right now. So, doing a great job, as you said, Adren and AZK, two top operas. I agree with that totally. They're definitely showing their stuff right here. Both getting some critical kills on both of their sites. Both doing a great job holding, playing with their riflers effectively, and definitely being able to hit their shots when it counts. So. Good job by Dynamic, and it looks like they're going to be able to hold this site too, as they're in really great position.
Yeah, exactly. Thaz actually coming out with the bomb from Horseshoe right now, along with the fellow player, as two actually are in middle. So they're going to be trying to work their way into the site right now. Flashes and stuff coming in. We do have one T coming Cat right now. He's going to grab himself a player here quite shortly. I actually have one CT on top the roof of Cat, so we'll see how he can be effective here. As actually not effective at all. J4F has really just taken this site here. Bomb getting planted by Thaz in the site. Adren and Legend are your last two players, so don't count them out. Legend, a great rifler, and Adren with the op coming elbow. So this is not over yet. Just for Fame still has a little bit of work to do, and it's getting off these two remaining players who are also very dangerous players. So let's see if they can make the clutch. Legend does spot one on Horseshoe, misses the shot though, not peeking long enough for him to really grab anything. Adren trying to come into the site as well, popping some flashes off in Horseshoe, and going to be going Cubby, not spotting anybody there. All three players are actually going to be over by Horseshoe. Legend grabbing one. Adren going on the bomb. Legend trying to hold him off. He does grab one with the deagle. Nukem grabs him and grabs that diffuser. Nukem coming up big for his team right there to get that last round. I thought for a second Legend was going to hold him off long enough for the defusal, but not quite. Excellent attempt at a retake there by Dynamic. They worked well together to get down most of the players, but in the end, Nukem, who's actually the top scorer for his team, was able to pull that away. And you're right, you know, Blazed and Thaz really need to try to get their heads right. Same with Random. It seems like, you know, Nukem and Elmer have really been what's keeping them afloat so far this half. Not sure if that's because, you know, they're just not warmed up or ready yet, but they better start getting ready because, you know, 8-1 is no joke. You need to get some more rounds on the T side. I mean, season's pretty balanced in my opinion. It's not like Nuke where if you only get like 3 or 4 rounds on T side of Nuke, you still have a shot. You know, season's your opportunity to get rounds from both sides, so they really need to pick it up.
Yeah, if they want a realistic chance in this match, in my opinion, I think they need to get about 5 to 6 rounds if they want to stay in this. This has been debated whether it's even styled map. I personally think that maybe it's a little more T-sided, as it's easy to explode all of a sudden. Like, it's definitely flank them from all the sides, especially from B and A, really. So, Just for Fame really should step it up there, especially as you said, the other 3 players getting carried by their 2 teammates. But you never know. Maybe things will step up. Maybe they're awake now, but you never know.
Yeah, we'll see right now. Let's go to War Room right quick for Just for Fame right now. They're hitting B.
I'm blind. There's one up close somewhere.
He's up close over third. He's up close left side.
Okay, I'm going up.
Double stack, double stack.
I'm upper.
I'm planning. He's upper and CT. Wow, they're fast. One upper CT, one lower CT. And one jail. Nice. Upper and lower CT.
Sure.
The timing wasn't good.
Alright, and that was Just for Fame's little event channel right there for that round. Trying to show you a little bit of what it feels like to be inside the heat of the match right there. We'll go back to that probably a little bit later next half as well. As the score is 9-1, so we had a nice little hit there on B, looked like kind of a fake. They kept Daz on their ground, I guess, to try to hold the players there from rotating. But the CTs that were already at B were able to hold it down pretty easily. As we have an eco rush here by the terrorists walking all mid right now. AZK grabs one, is running away now. The remaining players are kind of in middle. So we got some CTs pushing through with him now. AZK grabbing himself 2 more frags in that mix, and Anger also chiming in. So score is 10-1, Just for Fame. Had to save that round. We'll see if they're buying up this one. They may be doing a double save, which is not good. Not seeing anything bought as of yet. I guess it's another full save. Yeah, so another full save here by the terrorists. I think I saw a couple of deagles. So they're looking to bomb this one out too. So 11-4 really being the best score they can hope for, unless they pull off an eco, which we've seen before. So I'm not going to count it completely out, but against Dynamic, I don't know. As we do have one CT rushing Squeaky Hall rushing from Horseshoe as well. That's Tex. He grabs himself one. Elmer with the deagle on his face grabs one. The CT coming from behind misses his mark as he's actually trying to rush up behind Horseshoe right now. Here he comes at this moment. Elmer going to be spotting him out. Grabs him in the face. Nice job there by him. So this Eco turning around for this team as another CT is actually in elbow. That's going to be AZK with the op. He gets shot down to 48 health. Him and his fellow teammate Adren going to be coming from Cat as Legend has made his way upper. So a 3-on-3 situation. Legend coming from upper. 2 players coming from Cat right now. See if the T's can hold him off here as Adren is throwing his nade over towards elbow. Legend has actually made his way into the site right now. Legend does grab random in elbow. 2 T's remaining. Both of them are going to be in the underground area. Elmer grabs one. Adren grabs him back and goes and grabs Blazed. So the potential Eco victory got shut down pretty quick there by some nice teamwork on the retake from Dynamic with Adren grabbing off those last 2 frags. So, you know, 11-1, pretty rough. You know, if they can win the pistol rounds on the CT side and win out this half, they might possibly still have something going for them. But it's looking, like I said, deja vu from Monday night. And the other thing is that, you know, this is one of the top teams in CEVO. So really the only other team I can think of that, you know, would beat them would be like Smashers or e-rev. And I think Smashers lost to them Monday night as well. Did they not? I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think because Dynamic had a doubleheader Monday night, I think they beat Smashers as well as beating SPK that night. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but Dynamic really establishing themselves right here with 11 rounds on the CT side. That's just dominant right now. Anytime you let Dynamic get 11 rounds on any side at all, you know it just spells trouble, and especially for CT side. Random getting it. Randy's shouts in the smoke, but anytime you get 11 rounds for Dynamic, it just spells trouble, especially for this map when Dynamic has some pretty good T-side strats, at least with pick running and stuff. So I'm excited to see what Just for Fame does to try to get back into this and hopefully win out if they can.
Yeah, I just actually checked. You know, they did beat Smashers 16-14, so it was a very, very close match. But Smashers is really probably one other team in the league that could beat Dynamic. From what I can see, except for e-rev, but their new acquisitions might be able to do something as well. So Dynamic pretty much unstoppable. In fact, their only loss was a forfeit against Cyber Revolution. So the rest of their matches have been wins, and 3 of them they beat Frag Dominant 16-2, FYC 16-1, SPK 16-3. So half of their victories they keep their teams in the low single digit. So that's just a dominance. If there ever was a definition for it, I think Dynamic could be it from the Counter-Strike source community. We'll see how the rest of this half chimes out here. 12-1. So going to the second to last round of the half, we do have guns on both sides. As we do have Thaz working a CT here. We did rush upper. That's going to be Pex. He gets taken down by Blazed, actually, in that mix. Blaze kind of came through T-spawn as Daz was trying to chase him from ladder. So they did get that frag there. So they will be hitting this A site here, including bomb, as Blaze has made his way on the Horseshoe, trying to work this upper CT player. Trying to throw some nades and stuff in there on him. That's going to be Legend, who is coming in now that he hears the bomb. He tried to jump into sight. Random caught him, though, with a nice headshot. Adren by his lonesome here in a 1v5 situation. He got one, so now it's 1v4. He's getting flash and elbow, though. He has a T coming behind him with a knife. Blaze is running all over the place to get Adren. Man, Adren just got wrecked by flashbangs. There's not much he could do. So the score is 12-2. So just for fans showing a sliver of life in this first half, the score 12-2.
Yeah, one thing I'm really impressed about Dynamic is that separates them from a lot of teams is their rotations. If you notice, every time when this Just for Fame squad tries to enter a site, like for a B rush, an A rush, or even just to work in picks, it seems like Dynamic always has either 3 or 4 members stacking that site already or on their way to. So they're doing a great job communicating. The rotations are just amazing right now. Definitely to their effect with 12 rounds already for the side. Definitely showing. Oh, Thaz getting a nice 2-piece for himself there. So, guess looks like this might be another Just for Fame win.
Yeah, Dynamic dropping like flies that round. Legend, the last player remaining, actually coming through cage room here to middle with the M4. he's going to have it pretty rough here. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull this off. This might be another just for fame round, like you said, 12-3 will be the score at that point, as they have made their way into the A site. They're making a plant. Legend throwing some flashes into the site, coming in with the M4 hot. Steve's one, throws some spray down, damages him a lot, but then, like a swarm, the J4F players are on top of him. So first round half is going to be 12-3. So if just for fame can hold off the pistol rounds and push it to a 12-6 situation, they would have a chance at this match. They need to win these pistol rounds, though. If they do not, that puts Dynamic at game point situation, and then it's pretty much just over from there. So that's these pistol rounds are gonna be really important. There's no doubt about it. If the score was 8-7 or something like that, maybe it wouldn't matter as much. But when it's this big of a deficit, you gotta win the pistol round. So hopefully the CT side here can figure something out on D to hold off the Dynamic offense.
Yeah, definitely pretty much live or die for Just for Fame right now. The Dynamic got 12 rounds that half, so if Dynamic does win the pistol round, they're pretty much going to get to the next 3 rounds unless the CTs, which they probably will, force buy and maybe get a round or 2, but I'm expecting Dynamic to get the next 3 rounds, set it to game point, and hopefully shut them down the 4th round, but you never know. Just for Fame, known to come back at Randy time, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, we actually see CT's kind of pushing right now. They push A really hard in all directions right now, as it looks like the terrorists are actually hitting B, though, from middle. 2-2 split pinch on B right now. It's 2K mid to B and 2 lower to B, as the CTs are going to be on the rotation here. Nukem grabbing one with that deagle for himself. Nukem grabbing another one with that deagle for himself from pretty far away. Adren is going to finally tag him out. So it's 3v3 now as Legend grabbed himself one as well. Elmer chimes in with one. Adren takes down Baz. 2-on-2 situation. Bomb is down. Both terrorists are midway on health right now as Adren's trying to fend off. We have one by lower, that's going to be Elmer, and Random is actually going to be trying to come to cage room from the CT connector. You do see the terrorist coming out. Legend grabs Elmer. He's down. Nice work together by Dynamic to peek him double and get that frag. So Random with 20 health with this USP is going to have to try to finish this off for his team here as he's waiting for the plant. Bomb has been planted. He does spot Legend over there, trying to throw some gunfire on him. One over by lower CT. Legend has made his way into pit. Adren sitting there at lower with the deal. This is going to be really hard for Random as he's actually going to be throwing a nade over into lower. Doesn't grab the frag though. Trying to do something down here in the site. Railing off some shots. Does a lot of damage. Not able to get the frag though, and that's what mattered. Scores now 13-3. So, God, I don't know. Just for Fame's going to have to probably buy here. And not this round, but next round they're definitely going to have to buy if they want to stand a chance. It's about to be a game point situation here soon. Not a good way to start off the half for them after having such a rough first half.
Yeah, that round kind of confused me a little bit. I was expecting Random that round, and it seemed like he was sitting CT side, completely baiting his teammate, who was stuck upper. Dynamic, of course, working as a team, team-shotting both of the players. They're both relatively low health. I think the CTs could have gotten a round if Random moved up a little bit from CT, but no, he was camping there, and I think that's what evidently lost him the round, but let's hope that they maybe work out those kinks for next match.
Yeah, I really think that you're right. Random really should have pushed in there a lot faster than he did. I don't know if it's because he was so damaged or if he thought someone was in cages. I don't know why he chose to do what he did. But as we see Random in a 1-on-2 situation, maybe he can do some redemption here. He has the MP5, but he got completely blinded and taken out, so now it's not game point as of yet. It's 14-3, so it's going to be if they win this one. We'll see if the CTs actually are going to buy early to fend off the game point or if they're just going to wait it out and fight for the tie. I don't know if their spirits are crushed or not. Let's listen to them in a war room right now. Let's see what they got going on for them. Let's see some deagles being bought.
Not okay, never mind.
Let's stack upper, guys.
Flash out mid, probably going out mid, not watching it at all.
I'll be by the sandbag.
He's in vents. I heard something, cat.
Yeah, one's up cat.
Okay,
One's in pit.
He's ding.
Nothing
Cat.
deep.
Pushing. Upper, splitting A.
Bomb here.
I'm blind in CT, fuck.
2 upper.
1 mid, 40 health.
I'm planning.
Just you.
Fucking idiots. Oh, flashed it.
Pushing.
Push. Dash.
Yep, as that round there is actually going to bring it to a game point situation. So CTs are going to have to go ahead and buy out. We do see them buying up M4s and ops and such. This will be the first even gun battle of the half. So we'll see if Just for Fame can hold on to life a little bit longer, or if we're going to see complete deja vu, as his final score would be once again 16-3, just like the Sour Patch Kids match. And AZK starting it off the right way for his team, taking down Elmer very, very quickly there on that middle pick. He's just dangerous. I wouldn't even want to pick against him across mid, like ever. I just refuse to do so. As Anger grabs Nukem and Cages right there. As they look like they're going to be heading towards B with this bomb here very shortly. We had that same pinch strat they did last time. 2 mid to B, 2 B greats. So that's what they're working out right now. They have 1 CT holding off jail right now. Trying to see if he can hold them off. He does hold off one that's random. And he grabs Legend as well. So things looking pretty decent for J4F this time around, as it is a 3-on-3. We'll see how that continues, as Adrin and his fellow player have come from lower B into the site with the bomb. AZK grabbing one. Anger taken down by Blaze. So 2-on-2 situation right now. Adren with the bomb. Blaze grabbing Anger in that process. So we'll see how this 2v2 settles out right now, as Adren gets taken out by that. As Otto AZK by himself. 1-on-2 situation for him. Can he put this match away? We will see here in just a second right now. As he has the AK in the site. Both CTs over by upper. He's not going to plant though. He's actually going to be heading behind them right here, 3CT spawn, so we'll see if he can grab this frag. He is going to see one very soon here, and that's Staz with the op, is going to grab AZK, so not quite a victory yet for Dynamic. Score is now 4-15, so there's still a huge road ahead of Just for Fame. They have to win out the next 11 rounds if they want to bring this to OT. Isn't impossible, so what do you think, though, on that? Speaking of which, shoutouts to Pound E-Rev, by the way, and get those into me.
Yeah, Random, making up for his last, his pistol round fault there. They definitely getting the 2 early picks jail, which definitely led his team up to the CT to B, and then obviously getting that round because just out of flank. So great job by Random there, helping his team, but let's see what Just for Fame has more. 16-4, already passed SPK, so let's hope they do a little better.
Yeah, the Deagles of Dynamic on this pistol, on this eco for them, just wrecked this team. Nukem was able to fight back a little bit here. A bomb's actually going to be going A, so Nukem's going to have to be on the rotate here. Random also on the rotate from Vince to Cat, as it looks like Nukem will be heading upper CT is going to be his choice this time around, as Random's going to be coming from Catwalk. We have one terrorist very low, but Pex is with an op on Horseshoe with lots of health. Adren by Underground. So this should be interesting. Nukem's going to have a tough fight against him here at upper, as we have Random has made his way from Cat into the site. See here what's going down. Nukem peeking Horseshoe a little bit now. Slow walking does spot one. Throws down some gunfire. Pex misses his off shot. Random comes up and grabs him. Adren responds. One-on-one situation here for Nukem. He's going to have to pull this one off if he wants to keep this one going. Does the fake defuse. Looking for the peek. It's not going to come until now. Adren finally peeks, but Nukem does not have enough time to defuse. Nice try by Nukem, but unfortunately Dynamic just too much for this team tonight. Score is going to be 16-4. So a little bit better than Sour Patch Kids, but still, you know, Dynamic being dominant in CVP is really all I can say. So what is your assessment there, Money B? Is it just Dynamic's too hard to beat, or are they beatable? That's really the question.
Dynamic, one of the best teams, debatable in North America, if not the best team in North America, showing their stuff right there. Beatable, I do think they are beatable. I think I haven't seen their T side first season or any other map, as I think they were just running defaults that entire time, but Cyber Revolution is my guess to give them the most competition, like you said. So let's hope that Dynamic gets a little more competition, as it seems like it's been a little cakewalk through, besides that forfeit loss over to Cyber Rev.
Yeah, definitely. So, like I said, the only match they've really had that were close this season was they had 16-12 against EMG on the Inferno, and then 16-14 against Smashers, you know, on DDoS 2. So, yeah, I mean, the only other I can think of is Smashers, or whenever they actually do play against e-rev with that new lineup. You know, might be it. So yeah, I don't know what to say really. I think Dynamic is pretty much uncontested right now. I mean, they've also done it on LAN against these same very teams with the SEA. Coming up first place big. So, I just don't know if Dynamic is beatable or not. I think this is the first time I can think of recently that the team has been so dominant. There's lots of roster changes, nowadays in Source, and the Dynamic roster is probably the most stable, and that may be why they are so good. Because you have players like Days Frost and Casey Foster and such. You've seen the hop teams all the time. CyberRev always has different lineups going on. All these different organizations picking up these squads. You have former CGS players hopping around all the time, but Dynamic is the one roster that stayed consistent, and I think that's what owes to their success a lot of the time. Epic team chemistry, work together very well. Like this, they stick together a lot. Rarely do you see roster changes out of Dynamic, and even when you do, it's still have like the same core players, which is like Pex, AZK, and Legend. Those three have like never split up, I don't think, and not recently. So yeah, I would have to say that. Did have a couple shout outs come in. That was a shout out from Josh Kent. He wanted to give a shout out to Martin. So a big shout out to him. Had a shout out from Nexus to me. So thank you, Nexus. And like I said, we had Zoda with that prediction, and he just won the Root Dynamic on. So that's one of the shouts we had coming in from the IRC channel. We appreciate you guys. One more thing, though. This match will actually be on demand here shortly. So if you guys want to check it out later on down the road, or if you missed some of it and you want to catch what you missed, or spread it around to your friends, which would be great. It'll be on the cast tab on the website, so just got to check that out a little bit later. It'll be on there. Also, big things, like I said, we have that Steam group and Facebook group you guys can join. So just search Electronic Revolution, and you'll be able to join those groups, and we'll be able to get you more information through different outlets besides just the site. Of course, we do have the calendar on the site. You can always check that out because we cast a crap load of other. We pretty much cast every game that people play. Especially any competitive game that any league supports that we're going to cover it, as we actually just started covering Quake Live. That's the new recent pickup of game that we want to do, as well, of course, Black Ops, Han, League of Legends, Left 4 Dead, all that great stuff we cast here. So always check us out for competitive casting. So yeah, just join that all up. We also have a Twitter. If you guys do the Twitter, we do that as well, so join that up. So yeah, just basically check us out on all those different websites, and also, we have the IRC channel, so definitely check that out as well if you have the IRC. And we appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Hope you enjoyed the match. It was a good one. Night, folks.